Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show, it is streaming for free on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you want to catch it before it comes out, it is, we have that pinned in the comment section below. Let me get into this topic here. So over the weekend, there was a conversation, I believe it was on Friday, that took place on Stephen A. Smith's show between himself, an NBA legend, top 75 player, Kevin Garnett, right? And they were talking about a bunch of things. They were talking about Russell Westbrook and various things. So it got to the point where they were discussing this modern era of players. And the conversation started to shift towards, the way the game is being played now. And then ultimately it landed on LeBron James. And Kevin Garnett was basically trying to make this argument that we need to reevaluate how we judge LeBron because of what he's doing at his advanced age and based off of the fact that we have never seen anything like this before. And then the conversation started to get very spirited, obviously in a friendly way, and Stephen A. Smith started to push back on him. So what we want to do is want to play some of the exchange between Kevin Garnett and Stephen A. Smith, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to that there.
We need to embrace this greatness that's before us. Right. Excuse my French, but what's happened last year. If we want to make some parodies, some comparisons to, you know what, he did it in 82, he played 65, I get that. Non-practice versus practice, the development, what he should be like at 27. Bro, all that's out the league now, boy. These young boys are killing all that. Bro, LeBron just hit 39,000 points, bro. Bro, we ain't never seen nobody hit 30.
But let me throw this back at you. Let me throw this back at you. Totally agree with you. But my retort to that would be this. The game started in 1947. If I sit up there and I say of the thousands upon thousands of players, I think MJ's number one and LeBron James is number two all time. Whether you disagree or agree with me, I'm not disrespecting you by saying you number two all time. You see what I'm saying?
That's what that says when you say that. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because someone is looking at the body of work. Okay, let me ask you this. If you've never seen it before and now you see it, what value is that?
That's exceptional.
It's exceptional when you never seen it? When you never seen it? So let me ask you this. You've never seen a Bugatti. A Bugatti pull up beside you in the car. What value is that?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you can put a value on that.
We ain't never seen Steph Curry. Never. Name one more like this. Never. We ain't never seen a 38, average 30, and then got 39. We ain't never seen that. We ain't never seen a 7'6" nutmeg.
But we did see a motherfucker sit up there, excuse our language. We did see a motherfucker win three-peat twice. After three-peated, then took a year and a half off, then came back and three-peated again. I mean, it all depends on how you measure it. I'm looking at Steph, greatest shooter on the planet Earth, 4-time champion, two-time league MVP. I'm looking at LeBron, 4-time league MVP, 4 championships, 10 trips to the NBA Finals. It's absolutely positively sensational. But in the same breath, so is 6 titles in 8 years. So is 10 scoring championships. So is 9-time All-NBA defensive team. That's not insulting anybody is what I'm trying to say. It's appreciating all of the greatness.
Yes, but I'm telling you, in the risk of where we at now, moving the game, that's how they're thinking. Jordan did do this. Listen, this is what I'm saying. We're missing out on the league being picked up and carried. The league is being carried into another place where none of us, Stephen A., everybody that's 50 and under have never seen none of the stuff that's going on. Now, do we say shot selection has went out the window? Productivity, the kids ain't playing more games than we did. Guess what, Stephen A.? The R&D has been in. What we did in, matter of fact, let's break it down like this, 70 to 80s. Drug-infested, man, David Stern did an unbelievable job. He had made them alliances with those guys. He made the league clean. 80 to 90, super, probably, if not the 70s, the more roughest part of the league back before when George Mike and them were just bowing each other in the face and you just played with a split lip, all that, right? When you get to 2023, bro, when we supposed to be floating and levitating and I'm supposed to be able to get food right here that I ain't got to go into Beverly Hills and get, bro, we're in 224. Things are supposed to look different. The game looks different. I don't want to watch Steph Curry doing Isaiah Thomas moves. No, I want to see Steph Curry doing Steph Curry 224, 225 moves.
So you heard the exchange there. Now, to be quite honest with you, I'm a bit confused at what Kevin Garnett was ultimately trying to say. He was bringing up the fact that we hadn't seen this, we hadn't seen that. And what I was waiting for him to finally say was, okay, so based on all of these things that I've said, this is the reason I believe such and such. Are you saying all of that to say what? That now what, you believe LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time? Or do you believe that Michael Jordan is? That was unclear. I don't understand where KG stands on this particular issue. Now, here's what I want to kind of address. First things first, and I'm not saying this to Kevin Garnett because I don't believe he fits into this particular role. What I've noticed is this. There are a few ways for you to get views on YouTube. And I believe that one of the ways people go about it is by trolling other players. The biggest troll going right now in the NBA sector is to basically take something that everyone agrees on and then take the opposite position. What am I talking about? The vast majority of NBA fans, not the minority, the vast majority of NBA fans all believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all. The vast majority. If you believe otherwise, you're in the minority. But the vast majority believe this for very good reasons, obviously. So if you come along and become the voice that goes against Jordan, says that there are other people better, what happens is this. Because we already know that Jordan's the GOAT, when we hear somebody say, no, I believe this person is better, all of us, our ears are going to perk up and say, wait, what? What is this dude saying? Then you got a microphone. Then you got a voice. And of course, there are going to be people out there that have this fringe opinion that, you know, not a lot of people have, but if you have these big voices saying it, it makes it look like it's a large opinion when in reality is not. Still a fringe opinion. If you believe LeBron is better than Jordan, you're in the fringe by taking that position. There's no sensible way. Even me and my cousin, my younger cousin, are going back and forth about it on Instagram. So I've realized this is a hustle. The minute you do that, people tune in to hear what's this nonsense this person is saying. You generate click, you generate views, you generate revenue. If you came out and said Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, there's nothing innovative about this because we already knew this. Your ears are not going to perk up. You're like, yeah, okay, duh. We already knew this. But if you say so-and-so player is better than Jordan, then people are going to tune in and listen, and then you got views. The new troll is to troll Michael Jordan. Forget about what these other dudes are telling you. That's the new troll. These are the trolls. Anybody that's successful that you deem as a troll in the NBA sports media landscape most likely believes that Michael Jordan is not the greatest player of all time. That's how it works. Anybody that is successful in the NBA sector that doesn't believe Michael Jordan is the GOAT is most likely a troll. In most cases, because when you press them on the issue, they never have good arguments. Now, back to Kevin Garnett's point. He said, we're dealing with something we never saw before. What's the value? Here's my response. First of all, respectfully to Kevin Garnett, when have we seen something like Michael Jordan? Since Michael Jordan. Some people say we've seen Kobe, right? Well, Kobe's close to Michael Jordan. Yes, Kobe was close to Michael Jordan stylistically. In terms of accomplishments, he's not. In terms of accomplishments, he is not. And if we're talking about have we seen something new, are we talking about playing style? Because if we're talking about playing style, I'll take Jordan 10 out of 10. I think most people take Michael Jordan 100 out of 100 times if you have to look at basketball. If you have to look at LeBron and Kobe Bryant play basketball, I think 90% of the people would say, I'd rather watch Kobe play basketball. I mean, this is not really up for discussion here. Even LeBron fans will tell you Kobe Bryant has a much better looking basketball game. So it's not really about the looks. What we're talking about is what's being accomplished. And if we're talking about what's being accomplished, I ask you to submit someone that has a resume that is as impressive as Michael Jordan. Who's the person? Who is the person? Really, who is that person? Who do you know was winning scoring titles, making all first defense, winning MVPs in the same season, winning finals. Who's the person doing this? Who's the person? I was recently listening to one of the lies that Nick Wright did, who's another troll, and made his name off of trolling Michael Jordan on Undisputed. He went up there and said LeBron averages. Nick Wright is a troll. He said LeBron averages more. I think he said more rebounds, more assists, more steals, more blocks. These are all lies. He said LeBron averages more steals than Mike. How is that even possible? He does not average more steals than Michael Jordan. LeBron has never led the league in steals at all, ever. MJ did it 3 times. MJ led the league in scoring 10 times in a row. 10. While in the process of that, still winning MVPs and still winning Defensive Player of the Year, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Don't even bring up what he did in the playoffs. Don't even bring it. It's not close, no matter what angle you want to look at it. No matter what angle. And just because you're seeing something that you've never seen before does not mean the new thing you're seeing is the greatest thing you've ever seen. Let me repeat it once more. Just because you're seeing something that you never saw before, it does not mean it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. I'll give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. One of the movies that absolutely blew my mind as a kid was The Lord of the Rings. I remember walking into the theater, seeing that movie and walking out and saying, I've never seen a movie like this before in my life. That was my experience. Just because I've never seen something like The Lord of the Rings does not make it better than Scarface. Does not make it better than Godfather 2 or Godfather 1. It doesn't. It's just something different. It doesn't mean that it's better. And LeBron is doing something that is very unique. But I still believe what Jordan did is way more impressive. As a matter of fact, before producing this show, we put up a poll on our community section where I said the following. I said, and I want to read it to you. I said, if someone spends 21 years trying to climb the tallest mountain in the world, it's truly impressive. However, it will never be as impressive as the person who did it in much less time. In fact, it actually exposes how much better the person is who did it in less time is than the man still climbing the mountain. Michael Jordan is still the GOAT, and it ain't even close. That's what I said. What LeBron is doing is absolutely amazing. LeBron is accumulating points, rebounds, steals. Jordan was accumulating championships and accolades. That's the fundamental difference. Now, if you want to say Michael Jordan couldn't play to this age, I submit to you, he didn't need to. What exactly is Michael Jordan playing for? What would he be playing for? He already beat these dudes. He was by far the more dominant player. That's not even up for discussion. No one won as many championships when Jordan was in his prime when he was playing. Stephen Curry has the same amount of rings as LeBron James. There's been a dynasty during the era of LeBron James, a dynasty that existed, which is the Golden State Warriors dynasty. If you count from 2000, there have been multiple dynasties. There have been 3 dynasties in the NBA over the past 20 plus years. The Lakers dynasty of 5 championships, the Spurs dynasty of 5 championships, the Golden State Warriors dynasty of 4 championships. How could you have possibly dominated this era? How? Somebody said LeBron is the most dominant player since the year 2000. How is this possible when there are players that won more than him? How? How is it possible? Tim Duncan has more rings than LeBron. Kobe Bryant has more rings than LeBron. Stephen Curry has as many rings, so how could he be the most dominant? What are you basing this off of? And how can you be the most dominant when you lose that much? Dominant in the terms of what? In what terms? You cannot be the most dominant ever and you get blown off the finals floor with a record margin when you play in a garbage conference for the vast majority of your NBA career. Kobe faced more 50-win teams in the playoffs in just 2 seasons than Magic Johnson did his entire career. Stop the bloody nonsense. I kind of see what Kevin Garnett is saying, and then I don't. He didn't make a point with seeing these are intangible arguments. Jordan is the GOAT. Cut it out. Cut it out. I feel like people are bored of Jordan being the GOAT, so they got to do this. when you to go for so long, this eventually happens. We all know what it is. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And we'll catch you in the next show. And also, there are going to be some guys saying that we hate on LeBron. I got a question to you guys. For those of you that said we always hate on LeBron, I guess that would mean you're always here watching me to know that. These are my secret fans. We catch you on the next show. I'm out.